First thing I've done is this is just a marbling demo pretty much. It's using alcohol ink. I'm going to go in, I've taped off a little small area here to work in so that you can see it. And the first thing you have to do is you have to put some finish on for this to run in, similar to what we do in regular marbling. I'm going to go ahead and put a glove on here. I found that the fastest way of putting it on is with my fingers. And I've already mixed up my 50-50 epoxy here. So I'm going to dab it on here. Just get a good coat over the whole thing. You have to have stuff for it to travel in. And now I've got a good coat between my finger and there. We'll call it good. This is starting to thicken up. This is like the third attempt of doing this. Every time I get to a point, the phone rings. So I've got that on. I'm going to go ahead and take my glove off. I'll put another glove on because this ink tends to get everywhere. When you cut the little tops off of the ink bottle, put a little piece of paper towel on top of it when you cut it so it doesn't sling alcohol around the table. I got some shot across a little bit here when I cut these tops off. So now I've got this all mixed up and I've got nothing going on there. I'm going to take some colors. You'll see it really, I shake them up a little bit. You'll see that when I put this on, it almost doesn't show at all. We'll go ahead and just put a dot, a dot, a dot. Just let that absorb. I'm going to put the lid back on. I'm going to grab another color, shake it up a little bit, and I'll go in, I'll drop this in here. No wrong way, no right way of doing this. I'm making a mess here on my table, but that's all right. It is what it is. I put a piece of paper towel down here to catch my droppings. So I've got that down there. Got another color here. I'm going to drop in a fourth color. Say, gosh, we're not really doing much here. It doesn't look really well. It's just nothing really showing up. Got a little bit of yellow here. I'm going to drop a little bit of yellow in here. Again, there's no right way or wrong way. Just put it on. And now here's the tricky part to make it show up. This is a bottle of white ink. I got a little bit too much on there. It's dripping off the bottom, so I'm going to take something here and just kind of wipe off a little bit extra here so I don't have too much material floating around. And at that point now I'm going to take this white, and you can be sparingly with this, a little tiny bit. It's got a nice little dropper here. Go ahead and put it in there and just kind of let it run. And it's going to do its thing and kind of mix and match, and then you can come back with other colors and you can come back in and drop into it. It only takes a really tiny bit to kind of change the color. And they have some, in the alcohol inks, they actually have some metallics that go into this. As you can see, the colors just start mixing and matching. Got a little bit extra here. Let's just take some of that off of there. And I'll go in. I've got some gold here I'm going to add in. The gold kind of just swirls into it and makes it kind of stand out. Not so much noticeable. You can kind of see it's kind of doing its own thing here. Take off a little bit of excess. But you can just keep layering and stacking and putting more white back in it. If you want a little more white, come in and just touch it. Doesn't have to be much. Just enough. Then I'll come back with a little bit more of the blue in there. Get some blue back in here. Again, you just want to touch it in there. It's going to run and do its own little thing. Pushes itself around. Pretty much you say, gosh, I really like that just the way it is. So that looks pretty cool. And you just let this turn until it dries, and then you can put a second coat over top of it after you put your collars on the ends. I like to take these off and let it kind of level out a little bit so it's not bulky on the end. Take the tapes off. I put little wings on these to make them easy to get a hold of. much easier when you're working on a regular rod. This is just a mix match. But it looks pretty cool. Maybe I want a little more metallic in it. So I'm going to go with a lighter color metallic and just drop another drop in here. And it kind of starts bringing things back together again. Maybe I got too much darkness in there. I can take some of that white and just kind of touch it in there. Back and add a little more of the gold in here. It looks pretty good. I'll just let her dry out there, and I got it done.